Morning everyone, welcome back to another video. Look at the frost on the equipment. Tires are frozen. We're gonna get these things started up. Let them warm up for a solid 20 minutes with the heater on blast. Might be noticing there's a lot of dust around this corner of the hood on our loader, and that is because I forgot to put the fuel cap on. Whoops. We are good for oil in this thing. Happens every once in a while. You forget to put the fuel cap on. Yeah, that's gonna take a minute to defrost. I'll make sure our heater is on full, fans on full. And then make sure these vents are all good, and they are. And the MX is in the same spot. Come on, girl. Nice. All right, we'll make sure that heater's on full tilt. 20 minutes, I think, for those windshields to defrost fully. We'll just let them sit here and warm up. We've got 2.5 corrals left to clean out, and then we got to backfill 3.5, so. Looking forward to being done those corrals. Getting close, super close. We're in the corral now. We did quite a bit of it yesterday, the majority. Just need to clean up those edges, and I was hauling into the dark last night again, so I didn't really want to tackle those edges with the lower visibility of doing it at night, so. Oh boy, I did what I was hoping not to do with the new PTO shaft. I stalled the beaters and smoked the slip clutch. So we put a new shaft on this Manure wagon because the old one, the CV joint at the front, was really loose. We figured we would get a new one, put it on, keep the old one for spare, just in case we get in a pinch. But that one was pretty much worn out, so we went ahead, ordered a new one from Wheatland Tractor, got it on here, and I was just unloading. I think it's my 5th or 6th load this morning, and the slip clutch gave out. So this is here to protect anything going through those beaters that isn't going to go through, like a big rock or chunk of concrete, maybe some frozen feed. It'll go through those beaters, and instead of just wrecking the beaters, this will slip. It's kind of a safety. You do have to have this set right, and I was kind of worried, you know, is it going to be set right from factory or not? I kind of doubt it. I wasn't pushing it through too hard, so I just smoked. And the downside to that, when it happens, is your beaters are caked full of manure. And then you have to use a pitchfork or a shovel to free them up again. So luckily though, I stopped it, I think, pretty quick. It's not full, so we're lucky there. Like you can see, the manure hasn't even been pushed in that hard there. A little bit on the bottom maybe, but so gonna go figure out how we can get ourselves out of this pickle. I'll let you guys know what I come up with. So the first thing I'm checking is how much room we have at the front of the wagon, and you can see the floor there. So I think what I'm gonna do is move the chain forward no more than a foot. There's room there to do it, so we're gonna try that, and that should hopefully bring the manure from the back there off of those beaters. Maybe we can just fire it up, really slowly send it through, go to the shop, and then Brent can check out the specs on that slip clutch and maybe adjust it. That's really optimistic. I hope it works. So I ran that chain forward a little bit, and it definitely did pull the manure off of the beaters a little bit. It's like thick clay, and it's kind of all packed together, so it kind of moved back nicely. I don't know if that's going to be enough. We'll try it one time in the field here, otherwise I need to go back to the yard and just use a shovel. I could run it forwards more. I think there's plenty of room in the wagon, but for some reason this chain, it's getting hung up somewhere. It doesn't really want to move in reverse. It's not meant to. It definitely can. Again, not made for it, so it's better not to do it. It's not really going smooth, and I don't want to break anything. I'll set you guys down here at the slip clutch. We'll fire it up and you guys will see if it goes or not. Well, I turned it on and I thought it was going, but it wasn't. The slip clutch was slipping again. And then I saw it smoke and tried shutting it off as quick as I can. You can't infinitely roast a slip clutch, it will wear out. So we just went to the shop, Brent was there, we tightened up that slip clutch a little bit. Heading to the field now, praying it fires up. Well, that didn't work, so it's time to grab a shovel and a pitchfork and whatever else I may need and get to work. This is what we've come to. Got a pitchfork and a shovel. Don't know which one's gonna work better. Took both along just in case. Try and free up these beaters. Okay, we got it free for the most part. It's free behind there, Clean this area out. Like you can see my hand through there, and underneath those points too, it's not gripping too hard, so just the top little bit that's still lodged. I can't see it not going now, so we'll give her a whirl. Success. That wasn't too bad. A little bit of shoveling never hurt nobody. Glad it's free. Now we can take this out to the field, slowly wind that load out, and hopefully just keep on going. And now we're back at the yard. Wagon's empty. That feels good. Glad we got out of that pickle. Only ended up losing about an hour and a half, so not to the end of the world. We'll finish this grill behind me here within 2 hours after lunch. I think there's, no more than 2 loads to get out of here. It is kind of tedious though. It's along the windbreaks and that sort of thing. And then we'll put some sand back in here. Doesn't look like it's going to need that much sand, which is nice as well. back on in. This should be a pretty easy corral to back into. When I was doing this corral, I got stuck with the truck because it was so muddy still underneath. It was a colder day. We had sun all morning, so it just hit the floor of this corral and dried it right out, which is ideal, but that doesn't always happen. So gets a little slick. These trucks are not made to go mudding, that's for sure. So see what we can do. And that's one load of dirt. We could fit so much more dirt in these truck boxes. Probably 2.5 times more sand will fit in there, but it will just get too heavy. These are silage boxes. They are not made for heavy material whatsoever. So what we do, we just fill the back right over these 2 rear axles until there's a little pile on top. Nothing goes in the front of the truck box. It's all in the back. And as soon as we see that little pile, we quit filling. And still, that's on the heavy side for these guys. Been hauling away all afternoon. That corral's starting to fill up pretty good. Just want to give you guys a quick update on the calf barn expansion since the light is disappearing quickly this evening. I think I showed the attempt with our wheel loader to get those trusses up there. It didn't go so well, but they brought, I'll show you guys in a second, that zoom boom over there, that JCB telehandler, and they got all those trusses up. So looking good. Building has fully taken shape now. They're starting to already frame up those doors. So I guess probably need an electrician to take that down. Plus some other stuff in here yet. There was a plug right here. Yeah, I know this is looking awesome. It's a small building in comparison to what we have built in the past, so should go quick. Are you checking it out too, buddy? The cat that doesn't catch mice. I saw him today. He was playing around with the mice. He'll grab them in his mouth and then I'll let him go and chase them and play with them. crazy guy. Done hauling for the day. We're just putting pen 4 back in their corral. Come on, little buggers. Hey! Come on. Oh, you get out of here, you little bugger. 1 left, that's how it always goes. Hey, buddy. There you go.